Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about the energies that are going to be happening on August 9th when the full moon is going to be in Aquarius. And the sign of Aquarius is going to be the Sturgeon full moon. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and is often ruled by some unpredictability. It also rules technology and innovation. And one of the things I have been really feeling coming through is this sort of fresh newness, new ways of looking at things, new ways of viewing the world, and new ways of looking at our lives. A lot of us are going to be looking at our lives and seeing it in a different light. Now, whether that is positive or negative, of course, is going to be up to you and up to the changes that are necessary to bring your life more in alignment with your true purpose. So, Aquarius is going to have us sort of reflecting on these things. Now, because we're still in Mercury in retrograde energy, I'm feeling a definite hesitation around this energy. Even though it feels bright and exuberant, it's like rain's holding it back or something like that. And that is literally because, Mercury in retrograde begs us to review, to give careful consideration to how things will impact our lives. Sometimes Mercury in retro spurs us on when it's in certain signs, but right now it is largely being ruled by Leo, and Leo is a foundational sign. It's a cardinal sign. So even though there is a certain amount of, I guess you would say, like passion in Leo, it is definitely a considered passion. It's more thoughtful than, let's say, Sagittarius or another fire sign that would be, or Aries, that would be more impetuous. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We have a reading today. This is pile number 1 with the Celestite, and pile number 2 with this blue quartz, pile number 3 with this lovely fluorite, rainbow fluorite wand. And the other thing that Aquarius is known for is its wild individuality. It's not, it doesn't care that it is different or that it bucks the system, that is unconventional. And a lot of that is going to shine through in the fact that a lot of us are going to come up with unconventional ways to either live our lives, view them through an unconventional lens, or maybe unconventional solutions to problems or within our life, or not necessarily problems, maybe even challenges, right, within our lives. So without further ado, pile number 1, 2, and 3, and I will see you in the reading. Okay, pile number 1. So I feel like, Aquarius definitely feels, I feel like a celestial energy, the freshness, but it's also like this, it's very out there, it's very wild. I mean, living here in California, there's like this huge Deadhead, Grateful Dead, musical festivals and things going on. And I feel like the 60s in particular, and they embodied that movement, right? They had like this very unusual way. Nobody had looked at the world that way before. And it was in the 60s that they started to talk about this dawning of the age of Aquarius, one of my favorite groups. The fifth dimension, which we also talk about a lot, right, in sort of new agey circles, but things being fifth dimensional, or accessing fifth dimension energy, and that group is named that. I love that group. They're a classic group from the 60s and 70s. What was happening during that time, what was awakening during that time, I feel like it's playing out today. And the thing is, the Grateful Dead was also part of that whole vibe of like psychedelic energy. It was very wild. It was very out there, and I feel like through the imagery of not only this reading, but also just the energy of this full moon in Aquarius, I feel like the universe or is channeling this, or people are going to be channeling this very out there energy. And it's what's needed right now in this time when these old establishments are trying to hang on to outmoded ways of doing things, and the age of Aquarius is not going to have that. I feel like in the end, it's just like the death grasp of, the death throes of an old established way of being that no longer works for humanity. So I know Mercury retros make me very talkative. I always start first with the tarot, the Empress, yes, the Fool in reverse, Nine of Wands. Yeah. The creative energy that is coming forth from this pile, from pile number one, is really big. It's really huge. This might be like creative types, actors, dancers. I was getting this vibe in another reading that I was doing on Instagram, and this might be the pile of people that were looking at that reading. With the Fool in reverse, it's a reminder for us not to rush ahead. Fools rush in. And that's because of the Mercury in retrograde energy that is occurring right now. But and with this Nine of Wands in reverse as well, I feel like you're literally being told to hold your horses on something that you want to go through with. And this might be, for some of you, this might be like you want to literally have a baby. And the universe is saying, just keep it in the planning stages right now. Let's, look at what it would cost. Look at, perhaps political climate in your state or area of where you're living. Look at how you would raise it, also the state of the world, and just kind of hold your horses on that. The other thing that I'm seeing is the birth of an idea or a new way of living. Yeah. And with the Nine of Wands in reverse, is when we failed, but it's not a failure in the way of like absolute failure. It's more so if you were trying to have a baby, maybe you failed, and they're saying this is not a failure of stop trying. This is a failure of reassess, planning, goals, methods, type of things. The same thing with the creative birth. If you had an idea, you tried to get off the ground, you tried to launch it and it failed, you might not want to throw it away completely, but you might want to re-examine ways in which it could be tweaked and ways in which it could be innovated. And in this full moon and Aquarius energy with Mercury retrograde sort of driving it in Leo, I definitely think it's something that you wanted to present to somebody. The thing is, this is not about throwing it away. This is about re-envisioning. And with this energies at play, you definitely, and I'm a big fan of lists, you definitely want to write down what it is that didn't work, and then sort of come up with ideas that you think might allow this to work for you again if you tweak certain things. And I feel like the Aquarius energy is going to give you that. Also with the Celestite crystal, you're going to get aid from your spirit guides, I believe. So let's see what your other cards have to say, your oracle cards. Starting fresh. Yes. Encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. Step out of your comfort zone. You're about to create something meaningful. All of your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. Whatever this was before, whatever project or creative venture or vision, or it might even be a philanthropical ideal, or maybe a political one, like you're trying to get something off the ground, or maybe sponsor your the ideals of your political candidate. I feel like this is it's going to be a very liberal group of people, so it might be hard to get off in this current climate, but you're revisiting and you're rethinking how to make this happen. Aquarius season is going to give you some insight on that, so just have a pen and a pad ready, and have your journal ready. And I'm getting like to be in quiet with yourself. This is the time for you to pull away from large crowds, parties, people, and just really focus in on that idea. Some of you might want to charge a Celestite crystal or a clear quartz crystal with the energy of helping you complete this goal. And I talk about this. I'm really thinking about creating a Patreon, and so I'm also having my own sort of full moon and Aquarius moment, and it's coming to me in this moment, so I think it's supposed to happen. And in that Patreon, I want to put a collection of full moon rituals as an extra. If that's something that you would be interested in, let me know. 69, accountability. Yeah. Accountability, taking responsibility for any choices you made that did not pan out the way that you wanted them to. Yeah, taking responsibility for that. You know, it's okay to fail. You know, it's totally okay. And this is about moving forward to the next steps. Good luck. Yeah, this is the favored venture. You are bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. I think this is definitely, don't give up on your dreams. Pile number 1. Supernatural. You have help from guides, spirit. You're the ancient wise sage and you can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Yes, yes, yes. Whatever this idea is, you might have failed in the past, but now is the time for you to make this work. Yeah. Let me read a little bit. Our angel number oracle deck, and of course I'll always list these decks in the info, and along with any crystal information and sometimes any little extra tidbits of messages I get from the universe. You can always hit pause, and you know this is a call to take a step back and rethink your daily habits and practices. Are they serving you to bring you peace? You're the one in control of what you do. After all, take accountability for your actions. Reflection allows you to make the kind of practical changes that create ripples through all aspects of your life. You're a growth-focused honey. Be intentional, upright, take time to reflect and re-examine, making practical, intentional changes for the better. Seek to help yourself, others in order to help yourself. Balance your everyday needs with your spiritual needs. Yeah, seek to help your, balancing your life is going to be really good right now, because you don't want to get so caught up in what you're doing that you neglect the people in your life, but at the same time, you don't want to get so caught up in like partings and things and social events. That's why I'm saying take a step back from that, that you abandon your idea. And at the same time, you do want to seek out help from other people, networking, and also your guides, and also your own higher self and intuition as well. So yeah, yeah, you're going to get some spiritual downloads from your angels and guides if you ask for help, and from maybe even crystal energy from the crystal kingdom if you ask help there. Yeah. Practical re-examination, and this Aquarius season will bring you solutions to changing any routines, habits, or tweaks in order to make what you are envisioning come into fruition. So that is what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonates with you, please like and subscribe. Comment with a blue heart or a sparkly emoji, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 2 with this lovely blue quartz. Let's see what the universe has in store for you. Of course, we always start with our tarot. Let's see. Temperance in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. 2 of Wands in reverse. Okay, I'm literally getting the image. This is the crowd that has kind of become burnt out a little bit. Your work-life balance is out of balance. You have been using substances like you know, hallucinogens, others like pharmaceutical substances, um, drinking, binging, binge eating, binge watching, binge social mediaing, all the things to sort of get out of your body and get out of your head and, how would you say, distract your body from the very real toll that it's undergoing. You're feeling burnt out, not only in mind, body, and spirit, but in soul as well. And the habits that you're doing, these distractions, some of them are distractions of a sensual nature, if that makes sense. You are going from person to person, all kinds of things, and not in an intentional way. Now, no shame here. I have no shame on people that have multiple partners or poly or any of those things. This is about, though, this unintentional sort of frantic, like questing for meaning and things that are, you know, that in their very sort of triviality become meaningless in the very way that you are using them as distractions and that you're not genuinely invested in them. They're becoming meaningless, or you're abusing the amount of food and things like that to distract yourself from real things that are happening to you on a mental or physical level, either health-wise or, mentally you're not taking care of your mental health, or you're overworking yourself. That's what I'm getting from this. Let's see with the oracle cards. What comes up? 777. Good luck, contentment, prosperity, abundance, spiritual awakening. The message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You will come out winning from everything that may come your way. This is a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share, and you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. I think that this message for you is that you, this is in reference to the intense feelings that you're having, and this is kind of what you might be blocking with this, because your life is out of balance. You're not able to let the good things come through. Yeah. This is kind of what would be in store for you, what is waiting for you if you stop this frantic round of doing and deflecting. I hope this makes sense. It's like the numbing out. So it's not necessarily what you're doing, it's the quantity of what you're doing and the incessant sort of frantic way that you're doing it to numb out what you're really feeling and how tired you really are. And some of you, I'm not gonna lie, really do need, I'm a proponent of going to see therapists and psychological help, and some of you do need that, if nothing else, in order to stop this frantic striving. Because it's affecting your health, mental, physical, spiritual. Not only are you overworking, but you're also overplaying at the same time. And it is to numb out something. Now, this could be a subconscious trauma or wound that you don't want to face. This could be a situation you're living in that has become untenable that you don't want to face. This could be the fact that you're bored of your job or whatever you're doing. You're not finding purpose in it. So you're numbing out to that because it's making you sad. It has different vibes for different people, but the way that you're dealing with it is the same. Self-love. Yeah. Self-love. Love yourself. This type of behavior is not showing love to yourself. It's not nurturing yourself. It's not being kind to yourself. Yeah. Vibrancy. Peacock. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good will come to you. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. I think this means that with this behavior, you are dulling your true vibrancy, your true shine. You're dulling who you are on the inside. Like you're like, you have this inner brilliance, and it's being muted by all of these things that you're doing that are not necessarily good habits, right? Yeah. Perseverance. You have many gifts, no problem. You can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountain. Never give up, and good luck will follow. The only reason why you have been able to withstand this crazy onslaught of busy work activity and burnout is because of your perseverance. But I think it's time for you to, during Mercury retro, stop. And Mercury retro might make you stop. It might throw a health crisis your way. It might throw, your job might go away or something like that. Something will happen to make this stop universally. That's the vibe I'm getting. And it will not necessarily be a bad thing that this happens, even though it will feel uncomfortable on the surface, because you are used to going full speed ahead and never stopping and never slowing down. But that is not serving you. That's not balance. You have become out of balance. Some of you, I'm getting the vibe that you're like Capricorn, Sagittarius, or Gemini. Possibly Leo too, because it's in Leo season. Leo's in retro. You might be affected more, and because you have this constant obsessive need with, if it's a Leo, I'm getting this for somebody, not all. You have this constant obsessive need with your appearance and how other people perceive you, and this sort of like constantly posing for the camera, constantly being on, and constantly like posting things of yourself on social media. But it's not like genuine, like, oh, this is what I did for fun. It's like this required feeling that you have to always be in front of the camera and can never turn off. Yes. This is all coming totally channeled. Hopefully I'm not offending anybody. This is not a criticism. This is just a need for you to slow down and recognize that you are moving too fast right now in this moment. Pile number 2. Yeah. Once you slow down, once you take stock, and once you start to focus in on things that really matter, this true prosperity will come in. And 777 is also the number of spirituality. And one of the things you need to focus on more than material pursuits is spirituality and a more authentic inner meaning for your soul, your higher self. Your higher self is feeling very disconnected from you, and it wants to reconnect to your experience, and you're blocking that out with this constant stream of numbing activities. It wants you to waken up and become alive, to become vibrant. Let's read this self-love. 2255. Things may have been feeling a little out of whack lately. Balance is the key at this point in your life. You'll need to put in the work now to set yourself up for success in the future. Take the initiative and make some positive changes in your life. Evaluate whether the focus should be on a physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual level, and shake things up. Upright, instigating changes to rebalance, taking initiative, being a driving force in your narrative, being nice to yourself, accepting help and offering assistance in return. Yes. Accept help in your life to make it work better. When somebody wants to help you, take that help. Also consider the areas that might be out of balance during Mercury retrograde, and endeavor to do small things to sort of put your life back in balance. Maybe you're like working out too hard, or maybe you're not taking care of you're not eating or sleeping enough. There's something out of balance. Maybe you're not drinking enough water, or just all of it. Maybe you're just neglecting all of those things in favor of working, partying, and playing, and constantly being on. So that needs some attention during Mercury retrograde and during this full moon in Aquarius, pile number 2. And that is what I have for you. If this resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and comment below with a blue heart or a sparkle emoji. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 3 with this awesome rainbow fluorite. And let's see what your tarot cards reveal. Wheel of Fortune on a downturn. 10 of Wands. Oh, Page of Discs. Immediately have the vibe. I think that you are under extreme financial burdens. I'm getting debt, credit, student loans, struggling to pay all the bills and make ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck. You're on a downturn, but remember, with the Wheel of Fortune, what goes down must come up. With the Page of Discs, you might have sort of done something like a predatory loan or a payday loan or something like that, and now you're trying to right yourself. The Page of Discs is the beginning of you understanding how to use money and finances and how to come into a state of abundance and how to release the attitude of lack in your life. Let's see what comes up. 55555, change and clarity too. Great transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast-paced forward process. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You set yourself up for success in the long run if you're willing to adapt and shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. This is a card that's letting you know that during Mercury retrograde, you have a chance to reflect and to sort of reevaluate your entire financial health, your budget, your spending, and all of that. Maybe even get aid from a financial advisor, someone who knows a lot about finances as a friend, and you have the ability to reset your entire financial abundance. You can transform yourself. And again, with Aquarius, this is the whole vibe of new ways of thinking. So you're going to have to develop new ways of thinking about your finances and money, new ways of approaching spending, and maybe even this means finding a side hustle or finding some other way that can bring in extra money to get yourself out of this hole. Reflect. Yes, reflect. Reflect on what you're doing and whether or not it's serving you. Authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face a storm. Love your uniqueness. You're full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations and just be yourself. Some of you are trying to keep up with the Joneses, and in doing that, it's not authentic. You cannot live at those means right now, maybe of your friends or people that you know in your life. Reach out to friends and family who are authentic. Also ask for help. You might need to ask for financial help from a close family member or friend. Make sure everything is legal, contractual, and that there is no manipulation in the situation, but that you have a clear plan to pay it back if you do. But this might help you get out of a predatory loan situation or something like that. Make sure it's somebody that can be trusted and that will know that it might take a while for you to pay them back. That's the message that I'm getting. Make sure you ask somebody who doesn't miss if you can't pay them back for a long time, because this might be a process for you. But definitely reach out for help from family and friends, because or people that really have your best interests at heart. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop trying to impress other people or get approval from other people. It might be people at work or whatever, or in your social sphere. Right now that you cannot financially sustain that, and right now in this economy in particular, it's going to be really harmful for you in the long run to try and keep doing this. So I feel like you need to focus on paying down debts and building your financial resources. Yeah. Freedom. Yeah, you want financial freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Your dreams are possible, and financial freedom is possible. You have to take a strategic viewpoint of it, and you can't be doing what you've done before. Whatever you're doing right now, doing the same thing over and over again is not going to work. And I feel like this involves a lot of excess. You might be Sagittarius or Taurus too. I'm getting strong Sag vibes from this pile. As a Sag myself, I know sometimes we have a tendency to overspend and sort of keep up with the Joneses because we like the lush life. Sometimes Tauruses do that too. If that is you, you might need this time to rein in your excesses. I know I'm talking really real because Mercury retros it's literally like I'm doing the reading today and I literally can't stop. It's like a stream of consciousness from spirit. So bear with me. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings. This is just me telling it like it is, as is another Sagittarius trait. We're just going to tell it, no chaser, but I'm going to try to make it gentle and kind. Says 666. Lots of folks get a bit worried when they see this number, but it's actually a message of reflection. Your angels are asking you to step back, hit the pause button with greater distance, examine your current circumstances. Are you headed in a direction that speaks to your truth? Do your relationships lift you up? Does your job fulfill you? Or have you instead been putting your energy into things that simply don't work for you any longer? This is your sign to be honest with yourself and make the changes that speak to your higher self. Upright. Take time to reflect on your circumstances, putting your energy into necessary changes. Honesty, stripping away illusions, signal to pay attention to your needs. Yes. And right now, your needs are that you really need a financial detox and cleanse. I think with this lovely fluorite, rainbow fluorite, and that rainbow fluorite helps to cleanse your aura and energy. And I think it's asking you to to cleanse all of the ways that you were responding to spending and finances and the people within the sphere that encourage you to do those spending, and to see what needs to be cleansed out of your life, whether that be, and I think this cleansing has to do with financial habits, and possibly even people that are not, maybe you're like, oh, I don't know if I have the money, and they're like, come on, let's just go shopping, or, oh, it's only like, let's just go drink tonight, it's only like, and maybe you can't afford it, maybe, drinks are like $25 a piece, and you like buy 4 of them and you're $100 in the hole. I mean, these are just realistic things. Maybe you go shopping and with your friend who asks more means, and they're not cognizant of the fact that your budget is different than theirs. But honestly, if they were being more considerate and loving, they would listen to you and be like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe we do something that doesn't have to entail spending today or whatever like that. So again, this is necessary to surround yourself with authentic people, to break free from these chains of debt, financial burden, to reflect and get clarity on how your habits are holding you back, burdening you down, keeping you in a downturn, keeping you in this Page of Pentacles energy, and you want to become the King of Pentacles or the Emperor. You want to get to a point of financial freedom, and your current spending habits are not allowing you to do that. So let this Mercury retro cause you to reflect, and this full moon in Aquarius cause you to reflect on ways in which you can innovate your finances. Again, self-help books on this subject, or financial advisors or friends who are good with finances might be a huge resource for you right now. Maybe even family, if they're good with money. Maybe you've been naysaying them when or been like, don't nag me, when they've been telling you, close family has been telling you, to slow your roll on the spending. But now is the time for you to stop, pull back, and reflect from all of your spending habits, and see what would be the best way for you to ensure financial health and growth moving forward. And that is the message that I have for you, pile number 3. I hope you resonated with it. If it did, please like, subscribe, and comment below with a blue heart or sparkly emoji. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.